Hi, guys. Okay, this is try number 3. So I'm hoping that my internet will behave. Welcome to Monday. I am so excited to share some things with you guys. I am so excited that you're here. Um, if you are new to this community, my name's Whitney, and I'm the creator of this community. And I am really, really passionate about what I'm going to share over the next 3 days. And so I hope that this is encouraging for you. I hope that you are able to walk away with some tangible tools. Hey, Michelle. So here's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of days. Okay. You're going to have to grab your notebook, paper, pen kind of thing. Here we go. Okay. So, like I said, my name's Whitney. There's a couple of things that I do full time for work. The first one is I'm a life coach. I consider myself your essential life coach, in fact. But I really help women avoid burnout, implement boundaries in their lives. I usually talk about finding joy in the things that we are created for. And so my passion really is just to help you figure out what it is you're passionate about, and then get rid of all of the clutter, and mind drama, and be able to do that and make a living doing that. So that's what I'm really passionate about. I also have a side business, and I partner with a health and wellness company. And so a lot of the coaching experience that I have has come from being in human resources for a decade, and then also just being a coach in my health and wellness business. So here are the things we're going to cover over the next few days. Okay, so today we're going to talk about identifying red flags of burnout and how to be intentional with boundaries around self-care. Okay, so today is going to just be really fun, probably a little heavy with some of the burnout stuff, but we are going to really dive deep into that. Tomorrow we are going to talk about implementing essentialism into our businesses. So choosing less but better, really being able to identify areas that we feel like we're spread too thin, and then be able to choose the things that are going to bring us about to our highest point of contribution, if you've read Essentialism. And then all of this is going to help boost our productivity so that we are making money while we sleep, which is the goal, right? That builds long-term wealth. Day 3, we're going to talk about integrating boundaries into our personal lives and into our business. We're going to talk about reducing the negativity around us and constructing our social environments. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have been I've been researching a ton of things. I've been listening to my clients. I have been asking my peers and my coach for insight. And so I'm really excited to share with you. Okay, so we're going to dive in because I don't want to go too long today. I want to read you this quote. This really is what kind of catapulted my business into life coaching, because I am a 7 on the Enneagram, and 7s are known to just go and chase the next best thing, the next shiny thing, and I would say yes to everything. I typically am the type, if somebody needs help with something, I say yes. If somebody wants my time, I always say yes. But what I was finding was I was saying yes to so many things that I wasn't able to show up in an excellent way to those things. And I was letting a lot of people down. And so my goal is to help you not make those same mistakes. Okay, so I want to read this quote. One of my favorite books by Greg McKeown is called Essentialism. If you guys haven't read it, it's so great. But I'm just going to read this for you real quick, okay, to start out our time. The way of the essentialist means living by design, hence the name of the group, by design, not by default. Instead of making choices reactively, the essentialist deliberately distinguishes the vital few from the trivial many. I love that. Eliminates the non-essentials and then removes obstacles so the essential things have clear, smooth passage. In other words, essentialism is a disciplined, systematic approach for determining where our highest point of contribution lies, then making execution of those things most effortless. Sounds really simple, right? So easy. But how do we do this? Okay. So here is what I have been researching lately, and it has been fascinating. Okay. One of the main things that I coach my clients on is avoiding burnout and being able to identify areas that are like red flags of burnout. Okay. Um, while I was researching burnout and while I've been coaching my clients, I'm also realizing that burnout and self care are very often linked. So, if we're not really caring for ourselves well, that will lead to burnout. But what I also realized is the people who have that are not experiencing burnout, that are experiencing joy in their momentum, that also care for themselves well, there's one other component, and it's boundaries. So any article that I've read or research I've done, all three of those things work together really closely. Okay. Burnout, boundaries, and self-care. So we're going to really dive deep into those. I'm going to ask you a few questions for you guys to be thinking about. Okay. So a lot of times with burnout, it's not one of those things where it's just like we wake up in the morning and then we think, oh, I'm experiencing burnout. Oh, I feel burned out today. It's usually kind of a slow progression towards that, right? So it doesn't happen suddenly. It doesn't happen just off the cuff. It happens on a slow, like a slow leak almost. And then we wake up and it's like, oh, this room is flooded. Okay. So I want to read you a couple of things, and I want you to be very honest with yourself and ask you these questions about burnout to see if this is something that you might be experiencing. Okay. Here are some physical and emotional exhaustion warning signs. Okay, these are signs that you can be on the lookout for to see, am I really experiencing burnout, or is this just like a really stressful season, or is this something completely different? Okay, so I want to just read a couple of these things to you. Okay. Chronic fatigue. So you're totally lacking in energy. You feel drained. You feel depleted. You wake up in the morning and you feel like you've only slept for an hour. Ugh, sound familiar? Yucks. Yuck. That has been me before. Insomnia. I don't know about you, but like when my head hits the pillow at night, I want to be asleep in 5 minutes. Like I'm not going to lay there for an hour trying to go to sleep. Insomnia, that's like you go to bed but your mind is just reeling with what she said and what happened today and what does she think about me and what did my husband say, and I'm exhausted because of my kids and I didn't sleep the night before. And then maybe you do fall asleep but maybe you wake up again. Okay, here we go. We're going to keep moving forward. Forgetfulness. So trouble concentrating, trouble paying attention. Physical symptoms can even lead to like chest pain, heart palpitations, shortness of breath, stomach pain, headaches. Ugh. Are these ringing any bells for anyone? Immune challenges. Here's the kicker. Because your body is depleted, your immune system is weakened and it turns on you and makes you vulnerable to infections, cold, flu. Isn't that odd? That something that physically manifests in your body can be because of that. Anxiety, so tension or worry or edginess. Things like depression, so mild sadness, occasional hopelessness. Here are two more big ones that I want to bring your attention to. Signs of cynicism or detachment. So this could be like loss of enjoyment. Maybe you are not excited about going to work, or maybe you are feeling isolated, like you don't want to go out and socialize anymore, or you feel detached. And all of these things, obviously, with what's happening in our country right now, like these can all be things that we're feeling in general, but it could be exacerbated because of stress or because of burnout. Okay, so here are a couple of things that I want to challenge you with and give you some tools so you can walk away from today and say, okay, I clearly am experiencing burnout, or gosh, I do not want to get to that point. That sounds awful. I don't want anything to do with that. Okay. What I have researched and what I have found is that self-care is not a luxury. It's a discipline. So oftentimes we feel like, oh, self-care must just be like, I need to go take a bath, or I need a shopping trip, or I need a 3-day vacation with my girlfriends, or whatever it is. And how are we supposed to find the time to do that? But I think what we don't realize is self-care is not getting a pedicure. It's not, oh, I need to do a couple of these things so that I won't experience burnout. It's a discipline that we have to incorporate into our lives every single day. So here are a couple of things that I would recommend for you. First of all, sleep. We talked about sleep is one of those, one of the triggers to burnout. Obviously, I partner with a health and wellness company, so I know a lot about the power of the supplements that I'm taking. So probiotics and magnesium and omegas and things like that. But you have to schedule in your sleep. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to go to bed at midnight and my kids are probably going to get me up at 5. You have to prioritize at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. You have to make it a priority. Otherwise, it's going to lead to burnout, okay? Gut health. Whoa. You guys have heard this like all over the place. It's such a trendy word right now, but 90% of your serotonin is found in your gut. And serotonin is actually what leads to you. It's like your it's your happy cells. All of those serotonin cells are found in your gut. Okay. So that is released and it can control your mood. 90% of it's found in your gut. Moving your body. I can totally say that this is not an area that I really thrive in most of the time. But what I have found is even if it's me getting out and going on a walk every day for 30 minutes, move your body. It will make a huge difference. Okay. Fuel your body. Like this sounds kind of silly, but me and my kids talk about this all the time when we're sitting at the dinner table. Red foods help your heart and green foods help your immune system and orange foods help your eyes. So the food that we put in our body has the potential, to either wreak havoc or to fuel our body and mind. It's so important that we're fueling our bodies with good, healthy, clean things. This is going to be a hard one for you. And I saw someone, I think Dylan, you said, I'm so a yes person. Learn to say no. Just because you're invited doesn't mean it's a good enough reason to go. And as a 7, I have like massive FOMO all the time. Okay. So we're going to talk about some of those boundaries on day 3. So stay tuned. Okay. Cause that one's going to be really good. Gratitude. I love this. Take time before you go to bed or first thing when you wake up to write down 5 things you're grateful for. And it can be super small, you guys. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I have this massive house. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. But even if it's, James told me I love you for the first time today, or my kids actually listened to me, or man, thankful for ice cold water to drink because I know that that's not the case everywhere in the world. This is a hard one. Are you ready? Unplug. Do not have your phone sitting by you during dinner or family time. We're going to talk a lot. Tomorrow is going to be like very tangible ways in your business that you're able to unplug. Okay. I'm going to give you like a ton of information about areas that you can, how to unplug and what to do and how to duplicate yourself and all sorts of things. But first thing is just unplug. Turn your notifications off while you sleep if you need to. Put your phone away from you while you're eating dinner or having family time or doing whatever. Be able to detach yourself, okay? It can wait, I promise. Just getting outside, you guys, vitamin D is huge. Studies have shown that getting outside can reduce fatigue and overcome depression. Just getting outside, which is crazy and amazing. I love this one, and this is what I coach most of my clients in. I learned this from a gal who came and spoke to us at, I think it was Brooke Hemingway's Align retreat. And she talked about creating a self-care menu. I love this so much. Okay. So 2 sides of a self-care menu. You're going to have one side that costs money and one side that does not. And I want you to really think about things that give you life, that reduce your stress, reduce your anxiety. That could be taking a bath. Okay. So things that don't cost money could be painting your nails, taking a bath, walking outside, calling a friend, spending time with Jesus, like a number of things that don't cost money are going to go on this side. Okay. Things that do cost money. So getting a pedicure, going out to dinner. It could be going on a road trip, scheduling a 3-day getaway with your girlfriends, whatever it is, 2 different things. So this is going to be really helpful because when you are in moments when you feel helpless and when you feel totally overwhelmed and totally stressed out and you're sitting in your closet and all of your kids are knocking on the door and you're crying and you're overwhelmed, I want you to pull out your self-care menu and I want you to think about one thing, if you can incorporate that at the moment, that is free, that's going to allow you to care for yourself well in that moment. if it's getting something on the books so that every couple of weeks you're spending time with your friends, or you're having a conversation with your mom, or you and your husband are going on dates. My husband and I just incorporated this. Dates at least once every 2 weeks, at least. Overnights once every 2 months. And then getaways at least once a year, but at least twice a year, hopefully. So scheduling those times in and making them a priority is going to be huge, because unless you actually put it down on paper and make a plan, it's not going to happen. All right. Does that feel like a lot, or does that feel encouraging to you guys? I hope that this has been encouraging. Sorry about the spotty internet. But tomorrow, so that wraps up our day one. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to talk about implementation. Okay. We're going to talk about how to boost productivity in our business. We're going to talk about making money while we sleep. We're going to talk about all of the things surrounding our business that we can do to be more productive while not feeling like we're spread too thin, or not feeling like we're totally burned out. Okay. Because here's one thing that I've learned being an entrepreneur. If we don't work, we don't make money usually. That's like the mindset that we've been telling ourselves, right? Like if I'm not constantly on, I'm not going to make money. My team isn't going to work, or my business is not going to grow. Or if I'm not actually painting or making designs or whatever it is, I'm not going to make money. And I want us to think about how that hustle tends to make us feel graspy and needy. And out of a graspy and needy posture, our potentials, the people that are watching us are going to feel that. Okay. So we are going to work on tomorrow going really, really deep into what we can do in our own business to avoid those things. Okay. Last thing, if you are someone that is looking for somebody to coach you in these things, that is my job and I love it. When I hired my coach, I vastly underestimated the value of just having someone that would be deeply invested in me. So when I hired Kristen, she was a high ticket coach, and it was terrifying to me to pay her what I paid her. And what I didn't understand was that investing in her, I was investing in myself. I was taking a bet on myself, knowing that my life's purpose was in helping and serving others. And so I encourage you, if you are looking for someone to partner with you and to invest in you specifically, let's get on a coaching call. Let's get on a discovery call, and we can talk about the areas that you feel like you're lacking in, the areas that you're trying to grow in, and we'll see if I'm a good fit for you. And if not, that's okay. But I will say investing in a coach was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. So if you are interested in doing that, send me a message, and I will schedule a discovery call with you, and we can talk about some of the details around that. Okay. I hope your Monday's amazing. I will see you right back here tomorrow at the same time, and then right back here on Wednesday. But I hope this was encouraging, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you later.